Hi guys, good morning. Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, let us start session. Yes, yeah, let us start session. Yes, yesterday about interpreter and compiler topic discussed. Okay, interpreter compiler topic discussed. Java depends on both compiler as well interpreter. The topic was discussed yesterday. Okay, yes, still if anyone unable to hear me, rejoin the session. Rejoin into session. Rejoin the session. If anyone unable to hear me, just rejoin the session. Yeah, let us start. Yes, today topic is yes, Java is an independent platform. Yes, Java features. Today about Java features. See, yes, 11:45. Yes, day one. Sorry, day two. Yes, this topic. Java features. Today topic is about Java features. See, document also. As per your documents. See, these all these basics are completed. Yes, this language, software language completed. Low level, high level languages. And all this interpreter compile the differences completed. One second. Just a minute. Yeah. Here Java depends on both compiled as well interpreter. The topic. Yes. Next Java features. Java features independent platform. So this topic we should discuss today. Let us start. See, Java is an independent platform. How? So first of all, what does it mean here? What does it mean? Java is an independent platform. So what does it mean? Platform means OS. Platform means OS. Here platform means just it's the operating system. Platform means operating system. Operating system. Platform means operating system. Okay, that means independent platform means Java program. Java program can run on any OS. Java program can run on any OS. Java program can run on any OS. Okay. Yes. No question is here how Java made us independent platform. How Java made us independent of flat. How Java made us independent of flat? This is a question. So how Java made us independent of flat? Okay. Yes. How Java made us independent of platform? Okay. How Java made us independent? That is question here. Let us see. For this purpose, about exe file. First of all, about exe file. First, let us see about exe file. Yes, if you have that exe file knowledge, then easy to understand about exe file. First of all, about exe file. First of all, about exe file. First of all, about exe file. Here's some question for you guys. Some question for you guys. See, exe file prepared exe file prepared on Windows OS. On Windows OS. See here, first of all about exe file. Question is, see exe file. See, today topic is independent platform. Java is an independent platform. What does it mean? What does it mean? Platform means operating system. Okay, Java program can run on any OS. That means, and how Java made us independent platform? How? Yes, first of all about exe file. Yes, if you have this knowledge, then easy to understand this point here. How Java made us independent platform. So first some question for you. Exe file prepared on Windows OS. Yes, can I run on Linux OS? So this is question. Yes, anyone can answer this point here. Simple question, very simple question. Ask you. Very simple question. Very simple question. Very simple question. Exe file prepared on Windows OS. Can I run on Linux OS? Very simple question. Anyone can you answer this? Exe file prepared on Windows OS. Can I run on Linux OS? Very simple question. Yes. See here. Exe file prepared in Windows OS. Can I run on Linux OS here? No. Answer is no. Answer is no. Okay. Answer is no. Exe file. See, exe file prepared in Windows OS. Can I run on Linux OS? Answer is no. Yes. What's the reason? What's the reason? Reason is exe file is an operating system dependent. Exe file is an operating system dependent here. Operating system dependent. Operating system dependent. Exe file is a OS dependent. Yes, reason exe file. Reason exe file is an OS dependent. Is an OS dependent. Now immediately question, why exe file is OS dependent? Is OS dependent? Immediately question, yes, why exe file is OS dependent? Yes, this one should answer. This one should answer. So for this purpose here, yes, exe file contains what? Yes, you should know that knowledge here. Exe file contains what? Yes, exe file, yes, contains what? Yes, you must have this knowledge. So what is exactly exe file? What does it contain? Yes, that knowledge. So what is exe file? What does it contain? Okay, that topic we should discuss. Okay, see here, exe file, exe file, exe file is a binary code file. Binary code file. Yes, today I'll show it. Binary code today I'll show it. Exe file is a binary code file. Yes, it is a system understandable. It's a system understandable system understandable language. Okay, it is a system understandable language. Okay, exe file is a binary code file. It's a system understandable. It's a system understandable language. It's system understandable language. Okay. Yes, it's a system understandable code. It is a system understandable code. That's it. Okay. Now exe file contains what? Exe file contains. Exe file contains. Okay. Yes. See, for example, yes, C program, exe file, C program exe file prepared. C program exe file prepared on Windows OS. On Windows OS. Windows OS. Then it contains. It contains. See. Yes. Yes. For example, C program exe file prepared and Windows files. C program, for example, C program exe file prepared and Windows files, then it contains, let's see. Yes. See, this is C program. Yeah, this is C program, right? This is your C program. Okay. This is C program. Let us see. C program. Yes, how this is working, let us see. Yes, backend of the C program. C drive, turbo C, the backend. Yes, what's name of C program file? Math.cpp. C and C++ both are same. Both are same. So let me delete these files. C math.cpp. Yes, this is your C program. Yes, edit. The backend you can open, you can see. Same that program as this. Okay. Now just observe it. Just I'm compiling Alt C. Compiles. See when compiles some file created here. See 11th Feb 3D object, right? That object file created 11:58 am. 11:58 am. Yes, here math.obj file created. That object file created. What is object file? See here what happens here. C compiler compiling this complete program top to bottom and converts this code into binary code. This code convert into system understandable format, zeros ones for binary code. Binary code for this one writing to the object file. Okay, so this program binary code writing to object file contains your program binary code, zeros ones formats. Okay, your program binary code, this whole source code converts into binary code and writing to object file. Next, apart from this, there are some library here. STD IO data, conv data, they are library, C library. This library also having some binary code. For this library, predefined library also binary code is there. Yes, forever program binary code is math.obj. Okay, right? Yes, after this, now let us on this. When you try to run it, what happens here? Run it. See, one more file created. See this. Yes, 11:59 am. Yes, 11th Feb, 11:59 am. Application with that exe file created. That exe file created. See that math. Yes, math.exe file created. Now, what is happening? How that exe file creating? See, while creating exe file, C compiler taking binary code for your program, that object file, binary code for your program. Next, binary code for yes, that's C software library. Yes, binary code for this library. Binary code for this library files. Binary code for your program. This is and binary code of OS library. By linking all of these things, it will generate one exe file. So this exe file, that exe file contains binary code for C program, binary code for C program, binary code for C library files, and binary code of OS library. These three things. By linking all of these things, generates exe file. Yes, C program exe file prepared on Windows OS. Then see this is Turbo C running on Windows OS. Now currently it's a Windows OS. It's a Windows OS. Okay. C program exe file prepared on Windows OS. Then it contains binary binary codes for yes C program, binary code for C program, binary code for C program, binary code for C program, plus yes binary codes for C library, binary code for C library, binary code for C library, plus binary code for OS library, binary code for OS library. That is complete exe file. That is complete exe file. Okay. Yes. C program exe file prepared on Windows OS. Then it contains binary code for C program, binary code for C library plus binary code for OS library. That means What happens here? At the time of creation of exe file, yes, OS library, yes, OS library, OS library links, OS library links with the exe file, exe file. Yes, it is called as statically linking. Yes, it is called as statically, statically, statically linking. This is called as statically linking, statically linking. Okay, that OS library statically linking with exe file. Statically linking. Just wait. What is static linking? What is dynamic linking? Yes, you'll be understanding going forward. Just wait for 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes, that will be cleared. Okay, within 5 minutes, that will be clear here. Okay. Now that is exe file. See, OS library links with exe file. So yes, exe file. Yes, it is called statically linking. See, previously in previous classes, in previous classes, see this. See, every program has to link with OS library before going to start execution. That point we discussed. That point we discussed. Okay. So every program has to link with OS library. Yes. Every program has to link with OS library. C program, Java, these programs linking with OS library and communicates with the hardware component. It has to link. Okay, so every program has to link with OS library to communicate with hardware. It's compulsory. Compulsory. Now, in this case here, yes, C program linking with OS library at the time of creating exe file itself. So at the time of creating, yes, OS library links with exe file. Yes, at the time of, yes, at the time of generating exe file, at the time of generating exe file. About generating exe file, yes, it is called a statical linking. Statical linking. Okay, statical linking. So that exe file is linked with OS library. Okay, fine. Let us take one more example. One more example. Another example. Another example. Another example. Linux base. Linux. Let us start Linux also. Linux base. Yes, another example. C program exe file prepared on Linux base. Yes, same thing happens here. Then it can bind the code for C program, bind the code for a C library. Yes, bind the code for Linux based library. Linux based library. Here Windows based library. Here it's a Windows. This is Windows. This is Windows based library. Okay. C program file. C program exe file prepared in Windows base. Then Windows based library linking with that exe file. Suppose exe file prepared Linux based, then Linux based library linking exe file. Okay, right? So here, so this case, first case, exe file linked with exe file, yes, linked with exe file, linked with yes, Windows OS library. Same thing here, exe file linked with Linux OS library. That's it. 1 second, Purushottam. 1 second. Yes, can you speak, Purushottam?
Yeah. Now I'm able to hear. Just I think I changed some speaker settings. I'm
Okay. Yeah, fine. Yeah, fine. Yes, maybe. I think your system volume. Yes, maybe mute. I think. Okay. Yeah, fine. Yes, here exe file with Windows library. Here exe file with Linux based library. Fine. So this is about exe file. Yes. Now on Linux based, let me show that exe file creation. See, in Linux base you can understand very clearly. See here, this is turbo C. Behind of this compiles, yes, then run. All are happens automatically. Automatically, exe file creation, object file creation, everything happen automatically. That is behind of that happen automatically. But in Linux, yes, we have to do manually. Now you can understand very clearly. The steps to generate exe file. Steps to generate exe file. Steps to generate exe file. CD, yes, mnraw, change of directory. Person working directory, mnraw ls. 1 second. You guys don't worry about Linux base. Our topic is Linux, not Linux base. See, you guys don't worry about pwd command, Linux commands. pwd ls, they are Linux commands. You don't think about Linux base. Just to try to understand about compiler, that's it. Try to understand about exe file, that's it. Our part is C programming. Our topic is C programming. Okay. Yes, 1 second. Remove the project file, delete it. Remove start.o file, delete it. ls, yes, test.c, gedit, test.c, open the test.c. Here this is. See here, gedit is like a Windows notepad. This is like a Windows notepad. Linux, this is gedit. Windows notepad, right? Same like notepad here. Gedit, yes, test.c. Yes, the test.c file open in the editor. It's notepad. Linux editor. A equal 10, B equal 20, C equal to A plus B. C, addition, subtraction, multiplication. Addition, subtraction, multiplication. Okay. Save, control yes, save. Like a Windows here also save, control yes. Saved. After saving ls. So this is file, test.c file. Yes, GCC means C language compile. -c tester. Just I'm compiling. Compilation checking for errors. Manually compilation. See, turbo C means yes, option PDF and alt C compile. That automatically compiling. But here manually using command gcc-c test.c. Compile, no error. See that? Tested.to file generator means opted file generator. This is tested.to file contains the tested.to file contains binary code for our C program. Means this part from main method, main function onwards. This part, this part. Okay. Next, stdio data setter file also contains its own binary code. Binary code first is a C library. These also having its own binary code. Okay, it's a C library. 1 second. Yes. So binary code for this program. Tested.to file. The tested.to, yes, here tested.to file, this tested.to file. Tested.to file contains binary code for our C program. That's it. Next, stdio data is having its own binary code. It's a predefined library. It's a predefined library. Predefined library. Now, GCC -o, yes, project is the result name. Test.o. Yes, ls. See that project green color is exe file. Green color is exe. That project exe file created. Yes, project is the exe name. Exe name. Now we should run it here. Yes, /project. Running the project here. Yes, addition, subtraction, multiplication. That's it here. That's it. Yes, that name can be anyone, not only projects. Yes, suppose. So, for example, ABC. Yes, ABC results. That ABC exe file. ABC exe, right? Yes, ABC. That ABC exe file. /ABC. Run it. See here, what is happening at the time of creation of this exe file, project exe file? What happens here? GCC means C language compiler, just taking your program test.o file means binary code for our program, binary code for your program, plus binary code for stdio data setter file, binary code for C library, binary code for our program, and binary code of Linux based library. By linking all of this in generating their project exe file, So this project exe file is linked with the Linux based library. The project exe file linked with Linux based library. See, C program exe file prepared a Linux base here, then it contains binary code for C program, binary code for C library, binary code for Linux based library. Okay, so you can exe file linked with Linux based library. Yes, let me show that. Linux, there's a file command to check the type of the file. Suppose test.c. What is test.c file? Yes, C source code ASCII text. Now this file command says saying that about test.c file. Test.c is a C source program. Okay. Now file command. Yes, projects. The projects. See that. See executable file. Executable file. 64-bit. See, my voice is 64-bit. Linux voice is 64-bit. Executable. Executable. Right? See here. ld-linux x86.s4. This is Linux OS library. Okay. So ld_linux means Linux OS. Yes, .s4 is the extension. Dot is version. That version 2. Version to version. This is Linux OS library. So this Linux OS library linked to project exe file. This is Linux OS library. That project exe file contains Linux OS library. Linux OS library. That .so means OS library extension. This is okay. So LD underscore is Linux OS library linked to project exe file. That's it. Yes, actually it's embedded C concept. In embedded C, we'll check all of these things. Yes, that how exe file is created, that exe file contains what, all of these things. It's embedded C concepts actually here. Okay. Yes, now let me show project exe file. Zedit project exe file. Project exe file. Yes, it's opening that exe file. It's opening that exe file. It will take a little bit time to open. Yes, see that exe file binary code, right? Binary code is a machine language, system understandable language, Duras one's format. Okay, it's a system understandable language. This is exe file. Exe file will be like this. Zeros one's format, exe file. So this is exe file. Okay, so this exe file, right? So what is happening? This exe file is linked with Linux OS library. That's it. Okay, yes. So you can Windows exe file linked with Windows OS library. Yes, exe file with Linux OS library here. Okay, if it is prepared on Windows OS, yes, if exe prepared on Windows OS, that exe links with Windows OS library. If it is on Linux OS, linking with Linux OS library. That is exe concept. Okay, now suppose test.exe file, exe file prepared on Windows OS. Okay, on Windows OS, then on Windows OS, then how it's working is working on different platforms. Let us different platforms. How it's working on different platforms. So test.exe file. So you can, for example, test.exe file prepared on Windows OS. Then how it works on different platforms. Test.exe file prepared on Windows OS. Then yes, it links with Win library, Windows library. Right? Okay, now test.exe file. Yes, test.exe file. Yes, with Win library, with Win library, with Win library, with Windows OS library. Yes, how it's working on different platforms. Now let us see different platforms. Yes, how it works on different platforms. Let me explain different platforms. Yes, hardware, hardware. On top of hardware, OS running. On top of hardware, OS. Yes, operating running. Okay. Yes, let us say Windows OS. Now Windows OS running, for example, Windows OS running. Windows OS with Win library. With Win library, Windows library. Okay. Yes, now the test.exe file placing on this. See test.exe file. Yes, the test.exe, this test.exe file, test.exe file, test.exe, this is placing an Windows space. Okay. Yes, now test.exe file. Test.exe file placing an Windows space. Same, yes, exe file prepared an Windows space. Test.exe file with Windows OS library. Okay. Yes, when you try to run on it. Yes, test.exe file with WinOS library. Yes, when you try to run on Windows system, what happens? Now, the test.exe file, it will try to call Win library. It will try to call Win library. It will try to call Win library. Okay. It will try to call Win library here. Test.exe file. Yes, it will try to call Windows library. It will try to call Windows library. Just calling Windows library. Yes, available that library here. Available. Using that library to communicate with hardware components. That's it. Okay. Now you can test.exe file. Test.exe linked with yes, test.exe file linked. Yes, linked with Windows OS library. Since linked with Windows OS library, yes, it will try to call Windows library. Yes, it's available. Using that, it will communicate with hardware components. That's successfully executing. That exe file successfully finishing here. Successfully finishing. Yes, let us take another ways. What happens? Another ways. Yes, another ways. Yes, suppose Linux base. Let us take Linux base. Linux base. On Linux base. Linux base. Linux base with Linux library. Linux base with Linux library. Okay. Now same exe file, same test.exe file, same test.exe file. When you try to run a Linux base, what happens there? Test.exe. See, here test.exe file already linked with the Windows OS library. So when you try to run it, yes, that exe file it will try to call Windows OS library. Yes, it will try to call test.exe file. It will try to call Windows library, but here is not available. It is not available. It's a different library. It's not matching. It will try to call Windows library, but here the Windows library is not available. So simply fails. Suppose on Linux base, if Windows library is available, then execution, but not available, simply fails. That test.exe file fails on Linux base because that library and this library is not matching. Exe file links with Windows library is not matching with current OS library. Not matching. Because of not matching it, simply fails. Okay, this case match that call to Windows library, yes, available. Yes, calling Windows library, yes, available, then executing. Yes, now same call to Windows library, but here is not available. Here is not available. Since not available, simply it fails. So that is the case of Linux base. Let us take another platform, Unix platform. Unix. Yes, on Unix base. Unix base with Unix library. Unix base with Unix library. Unix library. Okay, same test.exe file placing on Unix base. When you try to run it here, yes. When you try to run it here, yes, it will call to yes Windows library. The test.exe file, it will try to call Windows library. It will try to call Windows library, but here different ways. Okay, here it's a different ways. Yes, it is trying to call Windows library, but it's not available. Now it is with Unix base. Okay, it's trying to call Windows library, but here is not available. So different library coming. So library is not matching. Since library is not matching, simply it fails. That exe file fails on Unix base. That's it. Hello. A second. Agenda. Yeah, custom. Yeah, sure. Yeah. 70 and no issue. Okay, yeah. Now test.exe file. Yes, see test.exe file. Yes, it will try to call Windows library. Test.exe file, it will try to call Windows library, but here is not available. Unix library. So this library is not matching. Since library is not matching, again fails. Here it fails. That's it. So that's the reason execl is a voice dependent. Why execl is voice dependent? Reason is that, okay, see that reason. No, vice versa. It won't do. Windows exe file only on Windows base, Linux exe file only Linux base is a voice dependent. Okay. Yes, exe file prepared on Windows base. Can I run on Linux base? No. Reason exe file contains operating system. Yes, exe file is voice dependent. So why exe file is voice dependent? Why exe file is voice dependent? Yes. Reason. Yes. Why exe file is voice dependent? Now we can answer. Yes, why execl is OS dependent reason? Yes, it is linked. It is linked with OS library. It is linked with OS library. It is linked with OS library. Since exe file, since since exe file, since exe file linked, since exe file linked with OS library. Since exe file linked with OS library, yes, it is OS dependent. It is OS dependent. It is OS dependent. OS dependent. OS dependent. It is OS dependent. That's it. That's the reason. I hope everyone you understand. Okay. Yes, since yes, it is linked with OS library. Yes, answer. Since exe file linked with OS library. Since exe file linked with OS library. Yes, it's a OS dependent. That's about exe. Okay. See here, Windows based exe file contains Windows library that cannot run on Linux base. Linux exe cannot run on Linux Windows base. Linux exe cannot run on Windows base. Vice versa, no. Yes, exe file is OS dependent. Okay. Yes, suppose for example test.exe linked with Linux OS library. What happens when you try to run it test.exe? It will try to call Linux library. It will try to call Linux library. The test.exe will try to call Linux library. Is it available? Mismatch, right? Yes, is it clear, Smita? Yes. Test.exe file linked with Linux OS library. When you try to run this one here, now this test.exe file, it will try to call Linux library. It will try to call Linux library, but not available. That library is different here. Windows library. Library is not matching. Since library is not matching, it's a OS dependent. I think clear. So this is okay. Yeah, this is yes how that exe file is working. Okay. Yes, actually this is embedded C concepts. Yes, simply just Java trainer cannot explain all the things. To explain all of these things, the Java trainer must have the exe file knowledge. Without that, he cannot explain here. So who worked on embedded C, they can explain this concept very clearly. Okay. Yes. That is about exe. Now let us come to Java. Same thing. Now let us come to Java. How Java programs work? Okay, Java program. Java program. Yet about Java. About Java. Okay. Now about Java. About Java. About Java. Java example. About Java. Yes, about Java. See, Java program dot class, not exe file. Dot class. Dot class file prepared on Windows base. See, Java program dot class file prepared on Windows base. Then it contains binary code for not binary code, byte code. Now it's a byte code. Byte code. Yes, byte code for Java program. Byte code for Java program. Yes, next byte code for C library. Byte code for Java library. In case of C is Java library. Okay. See Java program dot class file. See Java program dot class file. Okay. See about Java. About Java. About Java. Java program dot class file. Java program dot class file prepared on Windows base. Prepared. Java program dot class file prepared on Windows base. Then it contains byte code for Java program. bytecode for Java library. Next plus binary code for OS library. No, not this part. Only this part. That's it. Okay, the dot class don't have any OS library. Okay, dot class file. The dot class file contains bytecode for Java program and bytecode for Java library only. See, Java library also developed in Java. Java library also developed in Java. Okay, means bytecode for Java program. That means a pure dot class file. See, a dot class file. Dot class file is a pure Java program. Dot class is pure Java program in byte format. In byte format. In byte format. Dot class file. Dot class file is a pure Java program in byte format. Dot class file. Dot class file is a pure Java program in byte format. Okay. Yes. Yes. It don't have. Yes. It don't have any OS library. Don't have any OS library. It don't have any OS library. Yes. It is free. It is free. Free from OS library. It's free from OS library. That's exactly dot class file. Okay. See here. It don't have any OS library here. It's a free from OS library. Okay. See here. You guys. Dot class file. See here. Dot class file. The dot class file prepared. Dot class file prepared. Anyways. Dot class file prepared anyways. Maybe Windows ways, Linux ways, Unix ways. The dot class prepared on anyways, Unix ways, Linux ways, Windows ways, prepared anyways. Anyways. Yes, anyways. Yes, it don't have. Yes, don't have. Yes, anyways library. Don't have anyways library. Means it's a free from OS library. Yes, the dot class prepared on anyways, maybe Windows ways, Linux ways, Unix ways, Mac ways, or Solaris, you take anyways, but don't have any ways library. It don't have any ways library. Don't have any ways library. It's a free from ways library. Free from ways library. Okay, fine. Okay. So for example here, tested dot class file. Tested dot class file. Okay, previous classes we discussed about tested dot class, right? Tested dot class. Okay, so what tested dot class file? Yes, tested dot class file. Yes, working on different platforms. Working on different platforms. Different platforms. Yes, how it's working for tested dot class file. Tested dot class file working on different platforms. Yes, how it works. Tested dot class file working on different platforms. How it works. Let us take different platforms here. Different platforms. Yes, first let us take Windows platform. Windows platform. Yes, Windows platform. Okay. Yes. Tested dot class file. Yes. Windows OS with Windows library. Tested dot class file. Okay. So here let us say yes, tested dot class. The tested dot class file placed on Windows OS. Now, can I run on Windows OS directly? See, previously, every program has to link with OS library. Yes, it has to link, otherwise cannot work. C and C++ exe files, statically linking, then working with OS. So C and C++ statically linking here, OS library linking at the time of creation of exe file. But in Java, what's happened? At the time of dot class file creation, not linked. Java dot class file is free from OS library, not linked. It's not linked, but it has to link. Even Java dot class file also has to link with OS library before going to run it. Okay. Now here, yes, this case, see this case. No tested dot class for placing in this OS library. Now, if you try to execute it, it won't work. It has to link. It has to link with Windows OS library. Without linking, cannot. Here dot class file don't have any OS library. It is free from OS tab. It's not linked. Is not linked, but it has to link. Yes. So without linking to OS library, it cannot run. Then who will link it here? Yes, it has to link. Who will link it here? Who will link it here? Yes, to link it dot class file with Windows OS library. One more layer come to picture. Between dot class file, Windows OS library, one more layer come to picture. Yes, what is that layer? Yes, anyone? Can you guess it? Just I'm asking for guess. One more layer come to picture. Between dot class file, Windows OS library, one more layer come to picture. That will link tested dot class file with Windows OS library. Yes, what is that one? Yes, between dot class file and Windows OS library, one more layer comes. What is that layer? What is that layer? Anyone can you guess it? Yes, anyone can you guess it? No guessing. Anyone can you guess it? Yes, between this. Now JVM will come to picture. JVM comes to picture. JVM comes to picture. So JVM taking simply JVM taking test.ls file links with Windows OS library. Once linked with Windows OS library, then communicates with hardware communication. Now JVM takes care of linking tested.ls file with Windows OS library. So once linked here, executes generating output. That's it here. Okay, let us take another platform. Let us take one more next platform. Yes, another platform. Suppose Linux platform. Linux platform. Yes, Linux platform. Linux platform. Okay, Linux base with the Linux library. Yes, here also JVM. Yes, now Linux JVM taking tested.class file. Yes, linking with Linux base library. See, tested.class file is not linked with anyways. Yes, if it is running on Windows OS, JVM links our tested.class to Windows OS library. Same test.class file, if it is running on Linux OS, then Linux JVM will link tested.class file with Linux OS library. Similarly, one more platform, Unix platform. Okay, yes, Unix OS. Unix OS. Unix OS with Unix library. Unix OS with Unix library. Unix library. Now, this Unix JVM. This Unix JVM taking same test.class file, links with Unix library, then communicates with the hardware command. That's it here. So what is happening? Depends on ways that link is changing automatically. Okay, depends on that ways that link is changing automatically, right? Link is not fixed. Previously, exe file link is fixed. Once exe file prepared here, that link is fixed. But dot class link is not a fixed. Depends on ways that link changes. Means at runtime link changing. Yes, if it is Windows OS, linking to Windows OS. If it is Linux OS, linking to Linux OS. So what is happening? At runtime changes. This is called dynamic linking. Dynamically changing, dynamically linking. So whenever OS changes, automatically that link is changing. So whenever OS changes, that link changes automatically. So dynamical linking. Okay. So now JVM makes the Java is independent platform like this. So whenever OS changing here, that link changes automatically. Since link is changing automatically as per current OS here, it's independent platform. Okay. See, since Java program, Java dot class file, Java dot class file, yes, dynamically, yes, dynamically, yes, dynamically, yes, linking to different operating systems. Okay, linking to current OS. Okay, linking to current OS by the JVM, by the JVM, by the JVM. Yes, Yes, yes. Can you hear me now? Hello. Can you hear me now? Hello. Can you hear me? Yeah. Yeah. That network changed. Network changed. Yes, that's the reason just interrupt due to network change. Okay. Since Java dot class for dynamically linking to current ways. Okay, current ways here. Okay. Yes, since Java dot class dynamically linking to different operations by the JVM. Yes, it's a independent platform. That's it. So JVM takes care of making Java dot as well as independent platform. That's it. So at the end of this is a JVM. JVM is responsible to make the Java as independent platform. Yes, since the dot class file is dynamically linking, simply answer dynamically linking. Java dot class for dynamically linking to OS. So because of the reason independent platform. So exe file is a OS dependent by that is statically linking. Since exe file is statically linking, yes, since exe file is statically linking means link is fixed. Statically means fixed. Statically fixed. That link is fixed, never changes. But dynamically means that link changes. Okay, fine. Now here question is here. JVM, is it part of this? Windows JVM, Linux based JVM. Okay. Next, Unix JVM. JVM, is it part of this? No. Yes, JVM is not a part of it. JVM, JVM is not a part of OS. 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 Then how to get JVM? JDK. JDK has to install. Yes, it is from the JDK. Okay, it is from the JDK. It is from the JDK. Okay, JDK. Yes, to get JVM, yes, to get JVM here, yeah, JDK software should be installed. JDK software should be installed, installed on the system, on the system. Okay, yes, on your computer, yes, in your OS, JDK software should be installed. JDK software should be installed. Fine. Next, one more here. Java dot class, Java program, Java dot class. Java dot class file, Java dot class file is an independent of platform, right? Independent of platform. Java dot class file is independent of platform, but JVM is a OS dependent, OS dependent, OS dependent, OS dependent. So it's a JVM is a OS dependent here. See here, dot class file is independent of platform. Java program is independent of platform always. But JVM is a OS dependent. JVM is an OS dependent. Reason, reason, reason. JVM, JVM is a C++ exe file. That's reason. Yes, if it is exe file, OS dependent. If it is exe file, OS dependent. So JVM is a C++ exe file. Since it's exe file, it's a OS dependent. Okay. See here, JVM. Yes, Sunsoft developed. Sunsoft they have developed different JVMs for different applications. Okay, JVM for Windows OS, JVM for Linux OS, JVM for Unix OS. So this Windows JVM is having knowledge of Windows OS library, so it can link tested.class to Windows OS library. Linux JVM is having knowledge of Linux OS library, then linking with Linux OS library. So here JVM is having knowledge of that OS here. JVM is having knowledge of OS. JVM is having knowledge of that OS here. So Sunsoft developed different JVMs for different operations. Okay, here different, yes, different, yes, different JVMs, different JVMs were developed. Yes, different JVMs were developed for different operations. Okay, it is not same for all. It is not same for all. It's not same for all operations. It's not same. It's not same. So different JVMs are for different applications. Fine. So JVM is a OS dependent. Since JVM is OS dependent, JD cards OS dependent. Okay, since JVM, yes, yes, since yes, JVM is OS dependent. Since JVM, yes, is an OS dependent, dependent, OS dependent, yes. JDK also OS dependent. JDK also OS dependent here. JDK dependent. JDK is a part of JVM. Sorry, JVM is a part of JDK. Yes, since JVM is an OS dependent, JDK also OS dependent. JVM is a part of JDK. See, JVM is not part of OS. It is from JDK. It's from JDK. JVM is part of JDK. See, JDK C drive, Java, yes, program files, Java folder. Yes, here JDK is JDK. The JDK contains bin. Instead of bin, see, this is JVM. JVM. JVM, it's a part of JDK. This is JVM. This is Java. See, Java compiler. This is Java compiler. Yes, this is JVM. JVM, Java compiler, all are part of JDK. Once JDK installed, getting all of these things here, getting all the Java comments, JVM and Java compiler and all this. It's a part of JDK. It's a part of JDK, right? It's a part of JDK. Okay. So JDK also OS dependent. JDK also OS dependent. JDK also OS dependent. Let me show that. JDK. Suppose JDK for Windows OS. Yes, in my system JDK 8 and 9. Yeah, this is for Windows OS. The same JDK I can't install for Linux OS. I can't install. So different JDKs for different operating systems. Different JDKs for different operating systems. See that? Yes, download JDK 1.8. See, Java SE8 Oracle Corporation. Yes, Oracle Corporation. Yes, you must have the account, view account. Okay. Yes, you must have the account to download JDK software. Yes, you guys don't worry. I'll provide it. Okay. I think already shared JDK software, next Java documents, recordings, the drive access given to most of the members. I think more than 15 to 60 members attending class. Out of that, I think 12 to 13 members they paid fees. 12 to 13 members they paid fees and they taken all the softwares. I think only 2-3 members left. Okay. Yes. Now here see JDK for Linux OS. Okay, all the JDK for Linux OS, JDK for Mac OS, JDK for Solaris OS, JDK for Windows OS. Okay, JDK for Windows OS, JDK for Windows OS, JDK for Solaris, JDK for Mac OS, JDK for Linux. In Linux also, this is for Ubuntu Linux. Ubuntu tar.j, Ubuntu Linux. This RPM package for Red Hat Linux. This is Red Hat Pack Manager. This is for Red Hat Linux. RPM for Red Hat Linux base. Okay, so this is 64-bit. This is 86. This is different one. Yes, for Red Hat we should download this one here. For Ubuntu Linux base we should download this one here. For Mac base the DMG installer. This one should be installed here. Solaris for Solaris tar.gz. This one has to download. Okay, sorry. This one has to download x64. This one Solaris. Windows install is 64. This one you have to download. Last one for Windows OS. Last one you have to download. Yes, installation topic tomorrow I'll explain. Don't worry. Tomorrow I'll explain. Yes, you guys need not to download all of this here. Yes, I have shared with you already. Go to your Google Drive. Check Google Drive. Okay. See how to check it here. Yes, 1 second. Google Drive. First log into your Gmail. See. Let us, this is your Gmail inbox. Gmail of login. Yeah, this is the drive. Google Drive. Try to observe it. Please try to observe it. Drive. It's a drive. Yes, open the drive. Open the drive. Yes, in the drive. Yes, you can see once in the drive here. Shade with me. Here, this is shade with me. Open drive, shade with me. Shade with me. Yes, here you can see MNRA core Java folder. Yes, shade with me. Here MNRA core Java folder. Open that. Here you can see all the softwares, material and software. See your class doc core Java 31st Jan updated. Yes, your class document. This is your daily class document. This document. So this document. This document. Okay, this document. Yes, in this document, daily, even today's topic also prepared. This document. Just next Eclipse. Eclipse. Next JDK 8. Now it's JDK 8 shared. Next JDK 8 also, JDK 9 also I'll share it. Next 11, 13. So depends on that version. Yes, I'll provide it. JDK softwares. So Java. Yes, code is your class document. Yes, Eclipse folder. Sorry, Eclipse software for developing Java projects. Yes, JDK. Yes, next material. All this available in this. So this is MNRA core Java. MNRA core Java folder. Next one more folder. See MNRA core Java 11:45 AM. MNRA core Java 11:45 AM. These recordings are there. See that all that 4 recordings. All that 4 recordings from this you can access. Okay, simple. First log in into your Gmail ID. Login. After login, go to Google Drive. First login. Go to Google Drive. Open that Google Drive. After opening Google Drive, here shade with me. Shade with me. Shade with me. In shade with the MNRA core Java. This is for material folder. All the material. Okay, again back to shade with me. Yes, next. MNRA core Java 11:45 AM. 11:45. Open this, you can see recordings. Like that you can download. That's it. Okay, like this you can download. Tomorrow we are going for Java installation. Okay, so this is about independent platform. How Java made us independent platform? Yes, reason is this. Okay, behind of this, there is a JVM. Okay, now exe file dot class. What's the difference? Let us see the differences here. Yes, about exe file dot class file discussed. See about exe file, all the points discussed. Dot class file all discussed. Now let us compare this. Comparison. What is exe file? Very clearly explained. What is dot class file? Very clearly explained here. Now let us compare this. Let us compare this to here. Exe file dot class file. The difference. Exe file dot class file. The difference. So what's the difference here? See the difference here. First 2 points. See this. Exe file. It's a binary code file. Dot class. It's a byte code file. Okay. Yes, it's a system understandable language. EXE, it's a binary code, zeros ones format, right? Yes, in Linux I showed already. Linux. Okay. See, EXE file is a binary code file. It's a system understandable language. System understandable language. Dot class. It's a byte code file. Dot class. It's a byte code file. It's a JVM understandable language. JVM understandable language. Okay, right? Next difference. See, exe, yes, exe file, it contains program code, software library, voice library, including voice library. Yes, dot class, it's a purely Java program. It's a purely Java program. Don't have any voice library. It don't have any voice library. Okay. Yes, it contains byte code for Java program plus byte code for yes Java library. That's it here. It's a pure Java program. Don't have any voice library. Okay. See, exe file is a prepared file specific OS. Exe file prepared for specific OS. So prepared for Windows OS, Windows, Linux, that's it. Okay. Yes. Dot class is not a prepared file. See, dot class. Dot class is not a prepared file. It don't have any voice library. It don't have no voice library. It's not a prepared file. But exe file prepared for specific OS. One second. JDK is dependent platform, then how JVM platform independence? No, JVM is not independent of platform. JVM is a platform dependent. Okay. JVM is also OS dependent. Since JVM is OS dependent, JDK is a OS dependent. Okay, JVM is OS dependent. JVM is not independent. Yes, Suman Kalyan. Dot class file is independent. Java program is independent of platform, but JVM is OS dependent. Is it clear? JVM is a OS dependent. JVM developed in C++. JVM is a C++ exe file that is OS dependent. JVM is not platform independent. It's a platform dependent. Is it clear? See, reverse. You saying reverse. Since JVM is a platform dependent, JDK also is platform dependent. Because of JVM only, JDK OS dependent. I think it's clear. So because of JVM, yes, since JVM is OS dependent, JDK also OS dependent. That's it. Okay. Yes. Next, fifth difference. OS library statically linking with exe file. OS library statically linking with exe file. This case OS library dynamically linking with .class file. OS library dynamically linking with .class file at runtime. So this is static linking, this dynamic linking. Okay. Yes. Next. See, exe file already prepared one before moving to OS. So already prepared means already linked with OS library, then executing directly. Okay, special linking is not necessary. Already linked means already prepared file. But dot class file is not a prepared file. Dot class is not linked, not prepared file. It's not a prepared. Okay. Yes. After moving on to OS, JVM prepares as per current OS. Preparing means that linking. Preparing means linking here. After moving on to OS, suppose moving on to Windows OS, then JVM links dot class to Windows OS library. If it is moving to Linux OS, linking with Linux OS. So every time of changing with that link changes. It's a dynamical linking. Dynamical linking. Okay, right? Yes, exe file is already prepared, but dot class is not a prepared. Okay. Next, exe file executes faster than dot class file. Okay. Exe file executes faster than dot class file. Exe file executes faster than dot class file. Hello? Hello? Hmm. Hmm. Sorry. Okay. Already చేసింది. Yeah, okay. Yes. See, exe file executes faster than dot class file. Dot class file preparing since dot class file preparing at runtime. Since dot class file preparing at runtime, it executes slowly than exe file. Okay, because preparing and running, linking running, that is slowly working. But it's a exe file already linked that executes faster. So this is exe file dot class file differences. Okay, so exe file dot class file difference is that here. Okay, see exe file dot class these differences. Just you try in Google. Yes, no website will give this much of information. No website will give this much of information. Exe file dot class files, the differences. No website will give that much of information. Next, one more thing about independent of platform. No trainer will explain like this. This explanation. No trainer will explain. Even no website is will explain like this. No professor who writing books, who written books, they also will not write all this here. This is all that my experience. Yes, embedded C experience, Linux experience, Java experience. Okay, so because of all that experience, I'm able to explain very clearly. It's all my experience. Okay, 1 second. My experience, my knowledge is more than Google. Even Google also will not do that much of information. I'm sure it's my challenge also. It's my challenge also here. No trainer and no website reaching to my knowledge and my experience. My experience is more than the industry. More than 20 years I'm working. Since more than 20 years I'm working on Java, embedded C, Linux base. So because of that experience only, I'm able to explain very clear. It's my challenge. No trainer will give this much of information, this kind of explanation. I'm sure. Okay. Yeah, check in Google. Yes, how Java made us independent platform. Check in Google. No, you can't get that information. Yes, difference between .exe file, .las file difference. Just only 2 points you can get it. Okay, but this much of explanation, no chance. This much of difference, all the differences, no chance. Okay, so this is about independent platform. Yes. So with this, that introduction, Java introduction finished here. Java introduction finished here. Okay. Yes. Next about Java installation. Tomorrow, taking Java installation Eclipse. Tomorrow Saturday, even Saturday, I'm taking class. Tomorrow Saturday, yes, Java installation, Eclipse installation. Java and Eclipse installation. Yes, by the tomorrow, be ready with your softwares. Okay. Yes, you have to start working on this. You have to start working. So Java and Eclipse. Tomorrow I'll explain. After finishing explanation, you can start installation. Sunday you can utilize. This Sunday you can utilize for the installations. Any doubts are there? If you are unable to install, just you can call me. You can ping me on WhatsApp. Yes, I will help you. Yes, just try to use. Okay, I can help you. Any kind of things I can help you. I will connect your computer also. Even I will connect your computer also. Yes, if unable to do it, I'll connect your computer. I'll make it set up on your system. Okay, but don't neglect practice. Install it here. Tomorrow we'll go for Java installation and Eclipse installation. Okay, that's all for today. Yes, any doubts? Any doubts? Yes, any doubts?